Okay, so hey guys, I'm going to be doing my first, if you can read that horrible writing there. All this video is talking about my first time with various things. So just go ahead and jump right in. This video is not edited, so if I mess up on something or it seems really random, sorry. So I guess I will go ahead and talk about my first picture. And I don't remember this actually, but this right here was my first picture. I was only a couple weeks old, and so yeah, this turned into this. But yeah, that's my first baby picture. That's my first picture ever of me being a baby. See, my first phone. I don't think I actually had the phone itself, but this, I had the box. This was my first phone. So, was a LG VCAS multi-phone with touchscreen from Verizon Wireless. That was the very first phone I ever got. My dog just kind of came in. Okay, let's see. None of this is in order, by the way. My first concert. My first concert was 103.9. Their I forget what the actual name of the concert was, but it was around Christmas time, I think. It had Lit, POD, Dirty Heads. I can't really remember any of the other ones, but yeah. And I went with my friend Vanessa because her little sister didn't want to go, and since they had an extra ticket, they took me. So I pretty much went with my friend Vanessa, her parents, and her twin brother. So I enjoyed myself. It was fun. My first time in a movie theater. I'm sure this actually wasn't my very first time, but it's the first time that I can actually remember. It was, I forget which birthday, but it was my birthday, and we went to a movie theater to go see My Bloody Valentine's. And yeah, that was maybe not exactly the best movie to go see. It wasn't a bad movie, it just wasn't as up to par as I had hoped it would be. My first purchase, okay, I know a lot of people are like, my first big purchase was like buying a car or something. Mine wasn't. Mine was actually, oh, I can't turn it off because it's that lamp. Sorry, it's kind of bright, but I can't really show it to you in any other way. It has beads. That's why you kind of see the little beading shadows right there. But yeah, that was actually my big purchase. And I got it when I was like 8 or 9. It cost me $12. But that was big for me because it was like $12 that I just spent on that. So for me, that was my big purchase. My first pet. My first pet was actually my dog Indigo. And originally, my dog, she wasn't for me. She was actually for my mom, because, what was it? She had just put down her dog for health reasons. And so she had gotten my dog Indigo originally for her, but then she ended up being given to me, and it was, I want to say, sometime after I was born. Let's see. My first text in the morning is usually from my boyfriend Matt, just saying, good morning. I mean, it's not a big text or anything. It's just good morning, love, something. But yeah, it's usually the same thing. Sometimes. My first time driving. I don't have my license, so I can't actually drive on the road. However, I have driven on my grandma's property. I drove my grandpa's Toyota stick shift thing truck. It's kind of scary because I was kind of scared the first time I drove that because I kept stalling it, and I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. My cousin showed me how to do it, so I drove it around the property, and I actually had a lot of fun. But if we're not talking about cars, the first thing that I drove was actually a 360 motorcycle, and yeah, I fell off the first couple of times I tried riding that. And then a buggy. Dune buggy. And they're actually, once you learn how to drive them, they're not that hard to drive. But yeah, those were pretty much the first things that I drove. First time backing up, that was kind of scary, because it wasn't really scary, it's just the way that I parked. Like, normally you park like this, but I kind of parked slightly like that. Hopefully you can see that. You park like this, but I parked like that slightly, which wasn't too bad because that was my first time backing up. Anyway, my first piercing. This right here was my first piercing. I want to say I was 2 when I got my first piercing. This little one. And I got the second one sometime after. My first facial piercing, though, were these. I do plan on getting more piercings. I just kind of need the money. Let's see. My first love. I don't know if I'd call him my first love anymore, just because of how things between us are. And I still talk to him. This is him. I'm hoping it focuses in a little better. That's actually also my best friend. He was also like my first love, crush, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, we're like this. He's my best friend. He knows me better than anyone could ever freaking know me. Let's see, my first amusement park. My first amusement park was Disneyland when it was for my 4th birthday. And I have pictures. That's me and my grandpa. So that's me right there, and that's my grandpa. We're standing in front of Disneyland. So you could just see how excited I was. And that's my grandpa. So my weird little 4-year-old face. So yeah, that Disneyland was my first amusement park for my 4th birthday. I haven't really been to any other amusement parks, mostly because I don't know, no money or something. That and my friends never ask me to go anywhere with them. Let's see. My first time out of state. I went to Oklahoma. It was May 13th. No. Sometime in May. It was not May 13th. But it was definitely sometime in May. I want to say it was sometime after the 21st, actually. And it was right after that big tornado hit. So I got to see all of the destruction, and oh my god, it was so sad. I drove through where is it? Arizona, New Mexico, the top part of Texas right here, and into Oklahoma. So yeah, that's what I got to drive through. It took us a day and a half, if not 2 days total, to actually get there. I was only there for about a week, and that was my first time ever actually being out of California, and it was so pretty there. It was nice and green, and I would not mind going back. My first kiss. My first kiss was actually in middle school with a girl, and actually a friend dared us to kiss, so I don't know entirely if you'd count that. And then my first boy kiss was with a guy named Hector. And that kind of goes into a whole nother story. But yeah, he was my first guy kiss, and I want to say I was a junior in high school. So, yeah. And then, the first time I had sex, it sounds really awkward, and I don't want anybody to listen. It got real quiet. Yeah. Because my mom, my sloppy handwriting. Hopefully you could read that, because I can't say it out loud. Sorry guys. And it's not because I can't say it out loud, it's because you watch what you say in my house. Was with my ex, and to be quite honest, it was disappointing. Quite disappointing. Yeah. If you guys were to ask him about it, he would say that, you know, he pleased me, but I kind of faked it. So, don't fake it. Just don't. But yeah, my ex was my first time, and it was disappointing. So, that's all I had written down for my first. So, if there's anything else that you guys would want to know for my first time, go ahead and comment down below down there. You can like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, go ahead and give me some, other video ideas that you guys would want me to do. And since this video is already 15 minutes long, I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Bye.